Hello there everyone. Today I'm going to show you an easy method for remembering all 48 of New Hampshire's 4,000 foot mountain peaks. In New Hampshire we're home to the White Mountains, and as a lot of you know, there are 48 recognized peaks that are over 4,000 feet, part of the AMC's 4,000 footer club. So a lot of hikers set out to make it a goal to hike all 48 peaks and become part of the AMC 4,000 footer club. And it can be a challenge to remember all 48 mountains. They all have very unique names and they're scattered all throughout the northern part of the state. So today I'm going to show you how to easily remember all 48 of New Hampshire's 4,000 footers. We're going to do this by building what's called a memory mansion. And a memory mansion is just a simple mental trick to visually remember the names of things inside your mind. Right, we have a lot of names and we can remember them much more easily if we break them down into smaller chunks. So let's begin. We're going to begin by simply drawing a square. Now this is a very simple shape and very easy to remember. So picture this square in your head and remember it. Now let's draw the 4 compass directions on each side of the square. So we have north, south, east, and west. Now we're going to draw a second shape within this square. Now the second shape is a triangle. Another very easy shape to remember. So now we have a square and a triangle. And our last shape we're going to put in the middle is going to be a circle. The last of our very easy shapes to remember. So square, triangle, circle. Here's the key. The square is not actually a square. This square is going to represent all of New Hampshire. But New Hampshire is a very odd shape, right? But we can simplify it by making it a square. Similarly, the triangle is not actually a triangle, but it is going to represent 3 roads in New Hampshire, with the top of our triangle being Route 2, this side of the triangle being Route 93, and the last side of the triangle being Route 16. Much like the square, these roads don't actually make a triangle, but we can think of them that way. Now let's talk about the circle in the middle. This circle actually represents the Pemigewasset Wilderness. All right, so P equals Pemigewasset. Okay, so square, triangle, circle, with the square being New Hampshire, north, south, east, west, the triangle being the 3 main roads, Route 2, Route 93, and Route 16, and a circle in the middle that represents the Pemigewasset Wilderness. Okay, so now let's get to the mountains. So if you had to guess, how many mountains are north of Route 2? So there are 2 north of Route 2. And these mountains, I'm going to write them on a separate sheet of paper, are Cabot and Wambeck. So 2 north of 2. Now, how many mountains do you think are west of Route 93? So it turns out there are 4 mountains west of 93. We have Cannon, North Kinsman, South Kinsman, and Moosilauke. So 2 north of 2, 4 west of 93. And we can write these as well. And finally, Musalaki, and hope I'm spelling these all right. Okay, so 2 north of 2, 4 west of 93, and if you can see a pattern emerging here, we have 2, 4, and there's 6 east of Route 16. That's Moriah, Middle Carter, South Carter, Carter Dome, Wildcat, and Wildcat D. So 2 north of 2, 4 west of 93, and 6 east of 16. 2, 4, 6, and we'll go back to our list and we can write these down. So that's Moriah, Middle Carter, South Carter, Carter Dome, Wildcat, and Wildcat D. Okay, now let's move inside the triangle. Before we go on, we're going to draw 2 new lines. One below the circle and one above the circle. Just like our triangle, these 2 lines are roads. The line below circle is the Kangamangas Highway, or Route 112, and the line above the circle is Route 302. Okay, so we have 2 north of 2, 4 west of 93, 6 east of 16. Now how many do you think are south of 302, north of 112, east of 93, and west of 16? So if you figured out the pattern, you probably guessed that there are 8 in this region, not including the Pemigewasset. And those 8 are Hale, Zealand, Tom, Field, Wiley, Kerrigan, and North and South Hancock. And they're all kind of clustered on this side of the Pemi. So we can write those. Hale, Zealand, Tom, Field, Wiley, Kerrigan, North, Hancock, and South Hancock. Okay, so 2 north of 2, 4 west of 93, 6 east of 16, and 8 in the middle section of our triangle here. Now, in our memory mansion that we're creating, we're going to go up 1 story from the middle here. So 8 plus 1 is 9, right? So south of Route 2, north of 302, east of 93, and west of 16, we have 9 4,000 footers, and these 9 make up the presidentials, which is Adams, Madison, Jefferson, Washington, Monroe, Eisenhower, Pierce, Jackson, and the final mountain, Isolation, which isn't actually a presidential, but lives within this range. So we'll go Madison, Adams, Jefferson, Washington, Monroe, Eisenhower, Pierce, Jackson, and Isolation. And I think I got all those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, good. Okay, so now in our memory mansion, we're gonna go down 1 story. So 8 minus 1 is 7. So south of 112 east of 93, west of 16, we have 7 4,000 footers. And that is Osceola, East Osceola, Tecumseh, North Tri-Pyramid, Middle Tri-Pyramid, Passaconaway, and Whiteface. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can come back to our lists. We have Osceola, East Osceola, Tecumseh, North Tri-Pyramid, Middle Tri-Pyramid, Conway, and Whiteface. Okay. So now we've got 2 north of 2, 4 west of 93, 6 east of 16, 8 in the middle, plus 1, 9, minus 1 is 7. And that brings us lastly to the Pemigewasset Wilderness. And within the Pemi, there are 12. So we skip 10, but we go 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 9, 12. And I'm gonna come, so I'll go to a new sheet of paper here, and we'll draw the Pemigewasset a little bigger. And I like the Pemi, it's especially easy to remember in our memory Manson because we're simply gonna walk around the Pemi. We've got the Flume, we've got Mount Liberty, Lincoln, Lafayette, Garfield, Galehead, North Twin, South Twin, West Bond, Bond, Bond Cliff, and last but not least, Owl's Head. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's Flume, Liberty, Lincoln, Lafayette, Garfield, Galehead, North Twin, South Twin, West Bond, Bond, Bond Cliff, and Owl's Head. So there you have it. That's the 48 4,000 footers in New Hampshire. And again, it's a long list, but I personally find using this technique of the memory mansion, it's very easy to remember them all because you're not remembering all 48. It's broken down into very distinct sections. So if I want to create the full 48 list, I just think of these sections. I say, okay, 2 north of 2, 4 west of 93, 6 east of Route 16, 8 in the middle, 9 then 7, and then 12 along and in the Pemigewasset. So this list and this method of thinking helps me remember all the 48 4,000 footers in New Hampshire, and I hope it helps you as well. Thanks for watching, have a good one, and happy hiking.